All right, I got 0 viewers. All right. No, we got somebody. All right, so basically, guys, I'm going to jump right into it. More so than, I mean, obviously, you guys are here live getting the info, but I also want this to kind of go in the archives. So I'm not waiting on anybody. I'm just going to jump right in, and if people want it, they can access it later. So we're going to do a little running, kind of a couple drills, some technique stuff, and then I'm going to leave you with a little mini workout that you can, of course, put towards the challenge if you're still doing that. But it's not very many meters. So take basically just the info I give you, the drill technique I give you, and then apply that toward your runs later. Okay. Obviously I'm in my garage, so I'm not going to be the best, example of running. But like I said, I'll give you some little things to do before we get out of here. And then again, take that as you will moving forward. So have you guys ever heard of pose method running? All right. So I'm going to try so you guys can see me in the YouTube and Zoom. So pose method basically is just concentration not on like the actual workouts that you're doing. Whereas so Coach Hinshaw and the stuff that we usually do at Waterside, the aerobic capacity stuff, that's concentrated on the actual workouts we're doing. So a lot of work, rest, interval, active recovery, long runs, time domains, that kind of thing. Pose method is literally just how your body looks while you're running and where you're striking with your foot and all that stuff. So a little bit different approach, but this from the same mold. And I actually like to combine both of these. I know CrossFitters in general like to combine both of them. Guy named Brian McKenzie, if you've never heard of him, he is like OG, like 2009 to 12 CrossFit. So back in the day in terms of CrossFit, he was the running guy. Before Hinshaw ever came on the scene, he was the running guy. So that's why you see a lot of CrossFitters will follow this kind of method in terms of what they look like running, but then they'll use the aerobic capacity style for the programming. So pose method was actually invented by or developed by another guy. This is a long time ago. I'm talking the 70s. Nicholas Romanoff, awesome sports science guy. I got to see him talk at Wodapalooza, which was sweet. Because he was talking about all of this stuff that I'm going to give you and probably speaking about it way better than I was too. But basically, Brian McKenzie took it and applied it to CrossFit a few years ago. Romanoff came up with it a long time ago for triathletes and marathon runners and more distance guys. So the reason he even came up with it in the first place was he noticed that a trend that if you introduce running shoes into a population, injuries start going up. Okay, so he's basically, claiming that the Greeks and Romans never complained about shin splints, and there's no evidence of that. But we have our fancy Brooks shoes and our Nikes or whatever, and we have shin splints and knees and hamstrings and low back stuff from running. So basically, it's a body mechanics thing that we're going to talk about. So first things first, belly tight. Hollow position, which is something that we should all know and love because we do CrossFit and we talk about it all the time, right? So body position, hollow, okay? So slightly flexed, shoulders tipping forward a little bit, belly tight, butt tight, okay? So that's number one. Number two, I kind of mentioned it, slight lean forward. And the more you lean forward to a certain point, the faster you're going to be, right? Because if you're running straight up and down, you're kind of pushing against wind and resistance, right? But if you're leaning forward, you're carrying your momentum forward. Now, that's not to say you want to hunch and lose that hollow position, right? We're still flexed, but that's the beginning of it. So starting off, first thing, I'm going to move you again, Christina, so you can see me when I'm out here. First thing we're going to do is a bounce drill, okay? So this will get our feet used to striking the floor. Christina, can you see my feet on the ground? Good. Okay. Cool. So a bounce drill. Basically, what we want to do is just come up and down like so, almost like when you do a burpee and it's that kind of jump where your feet are like an inch off the ground. Repeat it. Okay. Whole goal here. Number one is to stay through the balls of the foot while also kissing the heel to the ground. Okay. I don't want to clunk, right? But I just want to tap slightly that heel to the ground. So I'm going to do a set of 8 here real quick and just go ahead and do a set of 8 to 10. Cool. If you do this right, we're going to do that again. If you do this right, you feel actually relaxed in the front of the foot, even though you're flexing and tapping hard with the ball of the foot, if that makes sense. Okay, so it doesn't want to be like rigid like a robot, right? It kind of is a nice little flow. As soon as the ball of your feet tap and the heel touches, right, you're back up, and then this part is nice and wiggly and relaxed. Okay, so let's do another set of 8 to 12. Good stuff. I love it. All right. So 3 things there: calf flexed and engaged, ball of your foot touching the ground, right? Balls of your feet, and then kissing the heel. So we know that. Okay, that's my 3. We're gonna add you guys have a jump rope? Okay, grab a jump rope. So if you don't have a jump rope, you're just gonna keep doing the same drill we did. So don't worry about it. That bounce drill, you'll keep it the same. If you do have a jump rope, great. So this one, admittedly, is kind of awkward. It might take a few to get, but that's fine. Okay, it's the same jump and strike, right? But we're going to hit the rope now. So might have to pick the feet up a little bit more, but it's the same idea. Nothing crazy. We're not doing double unders or anything like that. We're just going to hit a set of 10 to 12 on the jump rope. Same kind of foot movement. Okay, ball, heel, relax. Right. Here we go. 8 to 12. Kind of gives you at least it feels like it for me, it gives you a new kind of sense of jumping rope. Like, I'm pretty rigid and pretty flexed with my calves and my feet and my heels and my ankles when I'm doing like double unders, or even if I'm doing single unders to warm up for double unders. That was a whole different, like, slow, relaxed thing. So again, keep that in mind. You're relaxing through that ankle. Let's do another set. Let's take it up to like 15 to 20 this time. Nice and slow, nice and easy. Nice. Cool. The next one we're going to do is actually put the rope down, but we're going to come back to it. Okay, we're going to talk about actually striking the ground 1 foot at a time, right? So if you had a partner, this actually works better, but I don't, so we'll do it one, okay? All I want you to do is balance on 1 foot. Just go with the foot or the side like that you're better bouncing on. Do that, because we're going to spend a little bit of time here. So I'm better bouncing on the left, so I'm just going to stand like this, okay? I want you guys to think butt kicks. So like in class when we're like, oh, high knees down, butt kicks back, same thing, right? Butt kicks is very similar to that, okay? I don't want to, however, just go heel straight up to the butt, but I'm actually lifting my knee. And what I'm trying to do is get my heel and my knee even, okay? Or my shin kind of parallel to the ground when I run, versus, and that's pulling with my hamstring. So if you do that, even just standing there like that, I felt in that hamstring, versus a sprinter, like, if you see a 100-meter sprint, those guys are pulling with their hip flexors. They're here, right, versus there. A little bit different if you're running 5,000 meter versus 100, right? So you're going to need to change that stroke up a little bit. Same thing, a swimmer swimming the 50-yard freestyle is going to swim a lot different than like the 1,500, right? Same deal. Okay? So all I want you guys to do is go, and you can get the arms involved or not, doesn't matter, okay? But you're going to go knee slightly up, heel back if you're doing a butt kick, and then I want you to strike the ground, heel, and then let the toe, balls of your foot, and then let the heel kind of kiss. Okay, so you're here, strike, boom, boom. I'm just going to do that 6 or 7 on that side, then we'll do the same thing other side. Boom. Notice that's a lot different than heel uphill, right? Even though my heel still touches, I'm not going heel toe like I'm really struggling, and I've done 2 rounds of a workout and I have to go run a 400, and I'm like this, right? This is some little tips and tricks to help you avoid that piece. Okay, so you're here, strike, ball your foot, then heel. See, on this left side, I pull way too much with my hip flexor. I can feel it. My knee's flying up. Okay, so I need to correct that. Cool. Whole foot on the ground. Love it. All right, so you're going to take your rope. You're going to do that same thing, okay? Again, awkward maybe at first. You're going to do 2 sets of like 12 to 15, and you're going to go 1 foot at a time like you're almost running. If you need to do it without the rope first, you can do that. But that's what we're doing here with the rope. So I'll show you an example going 12 to 15 on each side. See, awkward, huh? Just think butt kicks. Nice. Awkward, right? It's annoying. I hate it. Do one more set here. Just get used to that whole foot making contact with the ground. Good deal. All right. We're going to step away from the jump rope for a second. Usually the way this would work is I'd have you, like, we'd be on a spot, like either in the gym or outside where you could go right away, and we keep the jump rope. But because we're kind of in a tight, confined space, I want to give you the like running stuff after. So a little bit different than how this would normally go, but that's okay. Okay. First thing I want you to do is get up against a wall or a post. Okay. I want you to go about 2 inches away, and I want you to lift. Okay. If your heel touches that wall or the post, we're not doing it enough. Okay. So like I said, it's not just a butt kick. Okay. We are lifting our knee about 2 inches forward as we come up. Okay. So we're going to do 6 attempts on each side. All you're going to do is lift that heel up like we're going to strike. Then we're going to go down with it and actually strike the ground. If you hit that heel to the ground or heel to the wall, right, we're either too close or we're pulling too much with our hamstring and not enough with our knee. Okay, so looks like this. 2 inches away from the wall. Lift her up and strike. Simple as that. Switch. Oh, did I tell you I had problems with that side? Annoying, right? Good. That's just a simple one, okay? This time we're going to get more dynamic with it again. We're actually going to flip around. You're going to lean against the wall. And what I want you guys to concentrate on, besides just that up and down striking that we're going to do with the feet, is also keeping the head level. That's another mistake people make. They get that side-to-side bob when they're running, or they're up and down. So I want you to try to keep your head level. Keep a spot where you guys can see me here. Yeah, this might work. Turn this computer real quick. Turn you, Christina, real quick. Oh, you can see me, never mind. All right. So I'm here against the wall. I'm cutting it a little close here, but I'm slightly leaning forward, like I said we would at the beginning when we're running. Okay. I'm going to butt kick it as I strike, but I want to keep that head level. Okay, so I'm here. I want you guys to go 10 each foot, okay, or 10 each side. 2 sets. Just leaning up against the wall. Here, 10 steps. Once you get 2 sets, we're going to take this and actually move with it a little bit. Maybe I'll move you, Christina, since you're here. You kind of see me from a distance. All right. soon. Good. Wait. There we go. All right. So the next drill, I'm going to explain to them, then you, okay? And next drill is that same lean forward, except our arms are going to be out in front. We're actually going to move about 10 paces forward, okay? So you're going to see me disappear off the screen, okay? Christina looks like this. Instead of leaning against the wall, I just have my hands out in front. I'm going to lean forward slightly. Remember that hollow position? I'm going to move forward 10 steps. So here, all right? All right, we're going to do that 3 times. Okay, it's going to feel awkward. Your neighbors are probably going to look at you weird if they can see you. But the whole goal is feel what it's like to get that kind of high knee, that new motion going, as well as that head not moving. Okay, so let's all do 3 sets of that. Hands straight out in front. Head stays stable. You're moving forward. Nice, Christina. I saw that one. Good. Hands out in front. Good. Sweet. All right. Last drill. Before we actually run, you're going to go back to your rope. Remember that 1 foot drill we did with the rope? Basically just running with the jump rope. I want you guys to go 8 to 10 in place. You'll get rid of the rope, but without breaking movement, you're going to do another 10 steps forward like you just did, except regular arm motion as you run, not hands out in front. So look like this, okay? I'm here. I'll go 1, 2, 6, 8, and then I'm circling. And if you kick the rope, that's natural. It's going to happen. That's fine. Only becomes a problem when you wake up your wife like I probably just did. But other than that, you're good. You're going to do 2 sets there. Yeah, go ahead. Let me see that second set, Christina. Yeah, nice. Very good. Very good. Okay. I'm not going to make you do it, but another way to get that one going, if you have the room, that was good. Do that same thing, but instead of in place with the jump rope, like if you want to go to your driveway or out in the street or whatever, move forward 10 steps with the rope. So not only are you moving forward, but you get the momentum going forward with the rope, get rid of it, and then you just continue on for 15, 20 meters, right? So here's what I want you guys to do. Here's the programming for today, if you will. 4 sets of 25 to 50 meters running like that, and then 6 sets of 100 to 200, whatever you want to do there. But let's keep it short and just concentrate on that kind of heel to butt motion. But just to kind of reinforce and reinstate what I was saying, we're not doing a straight high knee, right? It is a slight lift of the knee, okay? Just think, instead of doing a full high knee where we're pulling with our hip flexor, okay? The knee raises slightly, but what we're really doing is this low hamstring right here. It's pulling, okay, pulling this heel up towards my butt. Okay, so I'm here instead of butt kick, all right? And one thing that'll help with that, again, is that slight lean forward, okay? So if I'm doing a 400 meter, that's where I can really, that's about my max for doing this style of running while keeping that good forward lean. I know that when I get much longer than that, or if I'm doing if I'm doing a mile, I can get a slight lean going. But 400 meters, I can really feel like I'm tilting forward without being out of control, okay? So let me just tilt my laptop here. I'll tilt the camera here. Here's what I want. You're just going to start normal, right? Can you see me, Christina? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go, take off. You're going to do 4 sets of 25 meters, 6 sets of 100 to 200. Okay, you're just going to be here, start normal. It actually, sorry, the trash guy was here. I couldn't hear. It actually feels really good once you get those 4 sets of 25 to 50 going. You can feel like you're gonna PR your mile. It's ridiculous. Are you on the Facebook group, Christina? The Waterside at Home workouts? Cool. What I'm gonna do is put a couple more drills that we couldn't really cover here because of the space and confinement, just so you can see somebody actually moving on distance doing this type of running. Cool? Awesome. Good job. Yeah, hit those 4 sets of 25 to 50 and those 6 sets of 100 to 200, and then I'll have those that other video waiting for you, or if you want to wait, it doesn't matter. Cool? Good job. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. Logging off. Again, check that Facebook page for the drills, the additional drills that I give you. But I want you to start out 4 sets of 25 to 50 yards, and then going 6 sets of 100 to 200 yards on this style of running. Okay. Good luck.